Welcome back to Aquatic Themescapes. In this video you will learn how to set up a so-called turbo aquarium. You might have heard of self-cleaning tanks used by fish farmers. A turbo tank setup is an implementation of some of its principles which we have developed for our large community aquaria to minimize maintenance and increase fish health. We use turbo tank setups or aquariums larger than 55 gallons or 200 liters, and the principles explained in this video can be adapted to many situations. Because these setups use water flow, you will first need to ensure that your aquarium has high filtration capacity through canister filters. You can use internal filters too, but they are less versatile and harder to hide. The total effective filtration capacity of your filters should add up to 5 to 6 times the capacity of your tank each hour. We will combine that high filtration capacity, which translates into strong outflow from the filters, with strategic placements of the inlet and outlet pipes to direct the water flow. To further assist with that, we will also use power heads or wave makers with optimal power for our aquarium. One of the simplest and effective setup relies on 2 filters whose inlet and outlet pipes are positioned at each end of the aquarium. On this graph we show the position of the inlet's pipes in our Lost Buddha themescape. The inlet pipes are located in the left and right back corners of the aquarium. Because we use gravel and not sand in this tank, the water intake can be positioned up to 5 centimeters from the substrate without sucking it in. For sand, you will need to increase that distance, which somewhat decreases the benefits of a turbo setup. Now, let us discuss the position of your outlet pipes, which is crucial. Here, we have the right outlet directing its flow at the surface, along the background and whole length of the tank from right to left. Then we have the left outlet near the surface too, but this time directing its flow from the back to the front of the aquarium along the left side aquarium panel. This should be creating some turbulent water in the front corner of the aquarium. You can even set the outlet such that the flow drops into the water, like a fountain, creating bubbles and some water noise. Now we need to ensure that the water starts circling in the aquarium and that the flow also circulates the lower sections of the tank. For this we will place a power head at the front left corner of the tank. This power head will pick up the clean turbulent water flow coming at the surface from the left filter outlet pipe and force it down and to the right across the face of the tank. Here you can see what it looks like in the Lost Buddha themescape. Some bubbles are even picked up by the power head and forced downward. Bubbles increase the surface area available for water and air exchanges. When you optimize your water circulation, make sure that the flow from the power head is strong going across the front of the aquarium, but not so strong that it flushes the substrate, leaving bare patches at the bottom of the aquarium. Elsewhere in the tank the flow should be moderate to slow so that fish that are not strong swimmers or smaller fish can also find comfort areas. You should avoid obstructing the overall pattern of water circulation with large rocks, wood, or very dense large plants. As soon as this is implemented, you should notice the water flow in your tank, which will circle from right to left at back, then back to front along the left panel, and finally down and to the right bottom corner across the front of the aquarium until it moves back up again against the right panel. Basically, this results in the water circling the tank when looked from above and from the front, as we can see on these simple diagrams. You will also notice that most waste particles are now being moved around in the aquarium into the water column, where they will be picked up by the filter intake pipes. The benefits of such a setup are multiple. Firstly, it is a resilient system because if one filter or the power head breaks down, the flow slows down but continues to operate. Second, it results in good oxygenation throughout the tank. You will not need noisy air pumps and diffusers. Thirdly, your fish will be less prone to diseases. Many such diseases occur in circumstances where water oxygen levels are low and food or waste accumulate. This results in ammonia and anaerobic bacteria growth, which are dangerous to fish. Another advantage is that the water flow will make your fish be more active. Most fish love it. Strong swimmers and schooling fish will play in the fast current at the front and in full view. Finally, if this setup is further optimized by designing your decor such that your bottom has gentle back to front slope. And a final but important touch is to use what we call pusher fish species. If you do all that, you will never see accumulation of waste in your aquarium and will ever need to clean the substrate with dinky aspirators or when you change the water. In short, it is the perfect no-hassle, low-maintenance setup. Therefore, and as we will see in a future video, it is a great setup for the very busy or the traveling hobbyist. So what are pusher fish species? These are bottom-feeding fish species that effectively dislodge waste particles through their foraging activity. The waste particles then get caught in the water flow and end up sucked into the filter's inlets tubes. We recommend Corridora species, hoplo catfish, loaches, and other species that actively forage on the bottom. Now for a cautionary note. Powerheads can catch and kill nanofish and snail species. So the strength of your powerhead must be adapted to your aquarium inhabitants. We find that these species can do well with smaller powerheads. For larger tanks with smaller fish species, several smaller powerheads or wavemakers can replace a larger one and still create effective water circulation. We have come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful and wish you happy and successful fish keeping and aquascaping. If you would like me to revisit some aspects of setting up a turbo aquarium or themescape in more details, please leave a comment below. If you are interested in aquatic themescapes, a different philosophy of aquascaping, you can check some of our creations on the playlist on our channel and subscribe.